gen darkrooms, the next generation and all composite mobile darkrooms. At Next Gen Darkrooms, we build our darkrooms using a strong, lightweight fiberglass urethane composite board. It's called Thermolite. Here's a piece of it, 3/4 of an inch thick. You can see this isn't styrofoam. It's as strong as wood, 40% lighter, and it will never rot out. Everything you see here, including the door, is built using this material. Here's a piece that demonstrates the back corner of a darkroom that we built over a year ago. We made this sample piece and we let it sit outside for almost a year in every type of weather. And other than a little discoloration, it got a little bit lighter. Had no ill effects on it whatsoever. As strong as can be. Okay, the first thing you'll notice, this is the RT-8G. This is an 8-foot darkroom with a generator storage compartment. First thing most people notice is the large awning over the back. This covers the air conditioner, the door, the cord, and most have just a little small piece of metal over the top of it. This comes out 13 inches. Gives it a nice cover, runs the water off well. The door is constructed of the same composite board as the darkroom and covered in fiberglass. It's very strong. Always gets a good light seal. This is all composite, no wood. There is wood in the ceiling and the reinforcement pieces, but beyond that, this darkroom is almost all composite, other than the cabinetry and such. Okay, let's go inside. Here on the left, we have a dryer for 24 racks. Use a Braun 154 heater with a built-in fan. This is the control switch for it right here. Little storage area on the end of the cabinet. On our generator model, see how the cabinet has an L shape. This right here is actually the composite board. All of this is composite board with a wood top, and then this cabinet is wood. It all goes together real nice. Large storage space in here. You can see where the power comes in from the back. Goes up to the breaker box. We always put the box for our tank pump in here because it has spare seals, an extra impeller, what have you. We'll get to that a little bit later. Composite board, not wood. Okay. Notice how our door gets a very good seal. The rubber goes around the outside of the door, seals into this lip. Incredibly good, like no other. This lip is all composite. It will never rot out. This rear wall is all composite. It's 1.5 inches thick, solid composite board. Very, very, very strong. Okay, we have a standard 5,000 BTU air conditioner. We also offer a 13,500 BTU air conditioner mounted in the ceiling if you so choose. It's a small upgrade. Electrical outlets around the room, everywhere you might need them. Extra tall ceiling, by the way. You have approximately 6 foot 5 inches of head clearance inside here. This is also the widest darkroom on the inside of any of them. Okay, up in the front, large cabinet doors that swing out, open up to a large storage area up in the nose. Very well constructed. This back. Come with a 24-inch fluorescent light mounted in the center above the tanks. Okay, now we'll get to the tanks. These are unlike any other tanks offered in today's market. Get these open. I just dropped the latches down. These are 3/16 stainless. Okay. Each of the tubs in these tanks is a solid fiberglass tub that each one is individually molded. We have our own custom molds that we made. You see how the lip for the rack is all built into it. There's no seams. It won't leak. That was our goal, was to design a set of tanks that will not leak. Now this cabinet that the tanks are in is built to the same composite core board as the Darkroom, and you can see, very strong. After the tanks are molded and thoroughly leak tested, they go into this cabinet. There's bracing inside here to hold them into place, and they're glued in a two-part process with a chemically resistant marine grade epoxy. Okay. Now notice on these just how wide this area is right here. On most of your older tanks, they're either a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch wide. Some have a jagged surface on the edge. That's hard on this rubber. This wide, extra wide sealing surface, you can see the area on the rubber where the impression is. It doesn't damage the rubber as bad. And if this lasts twice as long, well, that's a bonus. Okay, has a slight lip going around in an effort to contain any liquid that might drip. This area is extra thick back here for the stainless steel screws to get a good grab onto to keep your lid good and tight. Now, notice there's no holes in the bottom. No plumbing on the bottom. We wanted to design a set of tanks that would never leak, and that was one of the areas where they've been known to leak. So instead, we put an electric pump in the bottom. You have a suction hose here that you put over into the tank. Then you have a 35-foot discharge hose right here that you run out of the Darkroom. This cord, your electric cord, goes to this plug right here. Drop a hose into the tank, plug it in, let it rip. Drains the tanks very fast. No plumbing on the bottom to ever worry about leaking. The pump is sold at Lowe's for $88, which means if it should ever go out, oh, and we guarantee this for a year. We guarantee this Darkroom front to back for 1 year. So if this pump goes out, get it quickly. Get the thing back on the job. $88 at Lowe's. Lowe's are all over the country. If not, they're also found at Granger, but that's where we get them. Anyway, we put this in here because it has spare parts in it, extra seals, an extra impeller, should anything happen to this one and you need to rebuild it. Okay, like I was saying, set of tanks that'll never leak. Now, big bonus. Nobody's ever done this before. Notice that once these tubs are down inside here, there's a big gap right here, all the way around it on the back side of this wall. So what we do, once these are glued in and dry, we flip it over and come in from the bottom. Before we put the bottom piece in, we fill it with expanding foam all the way around each one of them. These are completely encased in expanding foam. Right here will be just over 2 inches thick. 1.5 thick at its widest point right here. And what that does, not only does it hold the tanks in very stable when the darkroom is moving, but it insulates them. We have another video of a 6-foot darkroom where we demonstrate the characteristics of the insulation. We filled one tank, the center tank, with hot water, straight out of the hot water heater, 140 degrees. Then we filled each of these compartments with 20-pound bags of ice and then water. Let it sit for 4.5 hours, came back in. We had 125 degree water in this tank and still had most of the ice sloshing around in these. No, you won't go to that extreme, but some of you work in extremely cold weather during the wintertime have to keep preheat on the darkroom just to keep your tanks from freezing up. This will eliminate that problem. Also, getting your developer to temperature and holding temperature. It does it better. Alright, this is the RT-8G darkroom from Next Gen Darkrooms. You can see us at www.nextgendarkrooms.com. Also, you can find us on Facebook. Look at that light seal. Okay, 8-foot generator darkroom from Next Gen Darkrooms. Thank you.